Hey everybody, it's me, Mang Sabi Bob, and we're in a different venue today. Today we are outside on my balcony garden. I'm gonna get back into book reviews. I just thought now was a good time to go over my garden because A, I do want to incorporate it into my content, but B, I think it looks really good right now. So I'm gonna show you guys around. Just for reference, my balcony is very small. You're in the corner, but lengthwise, it is literally about arm to arm for me. This is the entire balcony. And then like this, very, very small. So I'm gonna show you how much I've been able to grow in this small space. Okay, I'm gonna start with my smaller plants that are easier for me to just hold in my hand and show, and then we'll get to my big boys, which you can kind of see a little bit over in the corner because they're literally up here. This is a mint plant that I have. It's in a little self-watering container. This is her. Really easy care. I recommend mint for first-time growers because honestly, you just put it in a pot and leave it. Don't put it in the ground. You'll never get rid of it. Next, we have my newest plants that I'm starting. You can see they're just little baby seedlings, and these are Sweet William. I'll pop in a picture here of what they're going to look like. Another one of my newer plants we have here is a baby's breath. Obviously, once it gets a little bit bigger, I'm going to have to pot it up, but I tend to start things in smaller pots because it's easier to start to understand their watering cycle. When you have a really big pot, you water it too much, you'll kill it. And lastly, for the smaller plants, I have my echinacea, which you can see I started in February, and it is still this tiny. This actually took forever to germinate. Once again, gonna have to pot this up, and I'll keep popping pictures over here of what these are supposed to look like. This took a really long time to germinate, and apparently takes a really long time to grow. I'm thinking about up potting it, but I don't have any dirt right now, so we'll get into it. Okay, starting with some of my bigger plants. This is my dill plant. I've repotted this thing like 3 times, and truly I'm only growing it for the seeds for my cucumber plant, which I'm going to show later because it's huge, literally trying to grow into my house. It was kind of quick to grow, but it gets really finicky if it's in a small container. It has a deep taproot. It probably would even like a container bigger than this, but again, I'm just growing it for the seeds. So, okay. Next, we have my butterfly weed. Now, crazy enough, this one keeps popping up like, you see those little babies in there? At first, I thought they were weeds. They keep popping up all throughout this pot, and I've gotten rid of them, but I think I'm gonna let them grow because I think somehow it's shooting off babies. These take about a year to get to flower. So we won't get to see what this looks like in its full glory till next year. This is my zinnia plant. I started this maybe 2 or 3 months ago, and if you can see in there, we're starting to get a plant head. I'll probably get a flower in a couple of weeks. It's been fairly easy though. I just potted her up, and every once in a while pinch the top so that it'll grow out bushy. I'll explain that more when I show the basil. So, editing Ashley here. I did not show what that was gonna look like once I got to the basil, but I guess I'll explain it later in a future video. Comment down below if you'd like that. Bye. This is my Cosmo plant named Wanda. I planted it at the same time as the zinnia. I'm gonna be honest though, I don't think it's too happy in this pot, but I'm very afraid to repot it because I think it's gonna die. I'm just gonna see what's gonna happen here. But the same thing, I pinched it when it was very small so it'll grow bushy instead of tall. Okay, this giant plant is my black-eyed Susan. I started most of my plants in February. This is obviously very tall. She's about to give me my first flower, so I'm very excited. It looks really similar to sunflower, but they are a native plant where I'm located. So I'm excited about her, and I got her really to attract pollinators. Look at her, boing, boing, boing. Okay. Next is my plant that I'm probably most happy about, most proud of. I love all of them. I love all of my children. But my marigold is doing wonderful. I've actually cut a bunch of this. This is 2 plants that are plotted together in this same pot. I will show, I took some top cuttings the other day to put on my dining room table. So I'll pop a picture in there. This was relatively easy to care for as well. I grew this from seed. I think it's gonna give plants all season long, and I find that marigolds are the easiest to get seed pods from. You just save the clippings, and once these dry out, I can pull these out, and these are all seeds. Like if you see up in there, that's all just seeds. Okay, for this next section, I switched you from another angle. Now you're looking at the back of my garden because I have my 2 biggest plants here. Here we have my cucumber plant, which is huge. It's all of this. You can see it's fully in bloom with the yellow flowers. And over here, we have my jalapeno plant. I have the cucumber plant in a 5-gallon self-watering pot. It's also in here with some green onion and some purple alyssum. They're just now starting to turn purple. I have a little bit of drip irrigation in the back just with a glass bottle. But this thing is huge. I actually have Space Master cucumber. It's a bushing cucumber, so it's supposed to grow wide instead of tall because I didn't have a lot of trellising space. My trellises and my pots are from the dollar store, by the way, but it is growing literally out into the balcony here and off into my bedroom there. I just started getting cucumbers on here, so if you'll look here, I have a cucumber, and here, and also a little one here. That's how you can tell the difference between the male and female flowers. Male flowers look like this, and female flowers are where you get your cucumbers. I understand when you're growing cucumbers, it will give off a lot of male flowers first to try to attract pollinators, and then once it has a pretty good idea that it will get pollinators, it will start giving you female flowers to which you can actually grow cucumbers. Personally, with my cucumber and my jalapeno, I've been hand pollinating. So how you hand pollinate a cucumber plant is very different than how you hand pollinate a jalapeno plant. Cucumber plants, because they have male and female flowers, what you'll do is pop a male flower off and sort of rub it into a female flower to make sure that the plant gets pollinated. Whereas jalapeno plants only have one kind of flower. All flowers become jalapenos. And you just have to knock some of the pollen out. They say that when you're planting outside, obviously you want the bugs and the wildlife to pollinate for you, but I was having a hard time with pollination, so I started hand pollinating. Speaking of my jalapeno plant, as we can see, it is getting covered by my cucumber plant, even though my jalapeno was actually here first. If you look in there, I have a bunch of jalapenos growing in here. Honestly, more than I can count at this point. And this is what that flower looks like. So it's been doing really well. I have it in the same kind of planter, that self-watering planter that I got from the dollar store. And in the front here, I have sweet basil, Genovese basil, and Thai basil, which also helps as a little bit of a pest deterrent. I haven't really got any pests on my jalapeno plant, but my cucumber plant has had several. And that so far is my small garden. I would like to make more garden content because I really just enjoy it and I enjoy speaking on it. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'd be glad to show you guys more or just give more details on how I've been growing, what I've been growing. I'm very new to gardening. I've done things here and there, always had a love for it, but really got started with this particular garden and these sets of plants in about February. So I'm really happy with the results that I got, and I hope that you will start your garden. Have a good day. Bye.